up to the gods at a certain point. Alright, so now that that's done, I've got to now go do my trailblazing missions. Do I need a story recap now? So I think we're just going to use the caster's comp, right? Is there any reason not to use caster's comp?
This place is rich with the sweet scent of flowers.
With the
Can
sweet
we stay
sense
here
of...
for a while
Aww.
longer?
It's the Twibby doll. Aww. That one person will witness the miracle. Such... Man. Hey, yo, whoever was writing the story, though, why'd they have to make it sad?
Ah, it's you, Cass. I
Okay.
finished the anthology of poems you lent me.
I thought you'd be too preoccupied to find time for reading.
Precisely because of these obligations, I felt compelled to read it swiftly.
Wouldn't all these
I'm still gonna be honest,
preoccupations
I
spoil
don't
your
trust
peace?
Aglia.
On the contrary, knowing that time is limited,
Like, I know you
Ah,
don't trust her, but
just like-
I just don't trust her.
the weight of these
The
understand
Penacony
completely.
thing. I don't trust
During my time at the
anyone.
Grove, the
No, I
thicker
legitimately
exams
believe,
came,
like,
the
Casterus,
more
like,
efficient I became at
genuinely
tackling
is honest.
everyday mundane tasks.
But I feel like Tribby's being taken advantage of, and I believe Aglia's got a secret agenda.
precisely. As I remember,
That's all for the
you
flame
and
chase,
Fryman were both
baby.
disciples of the new Sporists.
The courses Professor Anaxa taught were Introduction to Alchemy and History.
The history of mythology taught by the
Does this
blasphemous
Meowth
Greek
have
Former
technician?
himself.
That'd be great if it
Now
does.
that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during class
It
to
shouldn't,
challenge.
but it'd be
May I
great.
ask, Lady Aglaia, has your relationship with Professor Anaxa always...
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the Flame Chase journey. Our positions have been destined to be at odds.
A Dromus draped in finery?
As I see it, this nickname is more of an insult to the Dromas. Despite his insufferable arrogance, I do hold a certain respect for his nature as a scholar. To remain true to his principles, Anaxagoras' life is almost like a satire. As a Chrysos heir, he refuses to heed the prophecy.
Oh,
while
it does
he
not have
disrespects the
technician, but
gods.
that's okay.
The gods have chosen him.
He was indeed chosen by Circes. Is something weighing on you, Cass? The golden thread is quick.
With all
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant him some time to find a way to remove the core flame. However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger, I will not
See,
hesitate
it's
to
shit
take
like this that
extreme
makes me like,
measures.
nah, she's crazy, dude. She's like, nah. I'm totally reasonable. But if one person steps out of line, I'm ending their life immediately. Like, hold on a
Just
minute.
like me, for real, for real.
It's like, all right there,
The Flame
tyrant.
Chase journey
Calm
is the
down.
destined path for the Chrysos heirs. Yet he now seems more like an empty shell. Given his strong sense of self-respect,
Still, I can't help. Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations.
I understand your stance. But now, let's agree. You're here.
I don't trust it.
Does this mean you're ready to
I
take on
don't trust,
Orynyx's?
I don't trust their kind either.
We don't trust the Greek.
It seems that this
Never
sacred beast
trust
is
anyone.
just as indispensable, given that
Except for my line, he's
Uh-oh.
trustworthy.
Oh no, fake PTSD. I've turned into a beast. No!
Did somebody say beast full?
surrendering
Mem is
to God
actually
is Chrysos
a
duty.
evil of humanity
Selfless as
who's
a
going to
spirit
destroy
is
this entire
appreciated.
world. Oh
However,
man.
I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial.
Let's see.
Becoming a demigod means forsaking your humanity. You will inherit Orynyx's divinity.
But can I
and
give
bear
up
the
my
time
humanity if my
glorious,
character is
all
not truly
on your
human?
own. From that point onward, your fate will be forever intertwined with ours, never to be separated.
Is there a plan
It's
B?
exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir. If this path proves unattainable, there are still many priests of Yanisopolis and their descendants in the city. If I'm left.
If I do not descend into hell, who will?
Mem worry. Memmy, mem.
You know, she has a point.
Memmy, mem.
What the? No. Hold on. That has me fucked up. She's like, Mem worry. And then just does Mem the whole way through. Like, hold on a minute. What?
Mem. Hero.
What?
Mem.
Man. Imagine you paid to just say Mem.
Man.
Hey, remember, Vin Diesel gets paid to say I am Groot.
True. But credit to him, and again, not that it's like a big deal. He at least had to do it for like, what was it? He did it for like every single language. Not that that's like completely crazy, but still.
It looks like you know that Titan rather well.
Imagine he had to do it in like a specific language or something, like Turkish or something. And he's like, they had to like help him speak the language for like an entire day because he kept mispronouncing it.
Memories that exist outside of your...
I can't explain why,
Vin Double
but
Diesel.
I can vouch for Mem's words. When I was in the Abyss,
Since you've made your decision, go
I
back to the
think
bath.
I
It
need a
is
water type,
difficult
so
for me as the guide
Psyduck.
to absolve myself from blame for things to have progressed to this point. Time and again, you have risen when the dust settles. I hope that we'll have the chance to have a long chat regarding your return journey.
Again, I don't trust nobody.
Miss, It's not previously. I lent her an anthology of poems that Lady Trianne had. Although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed on. No, it's just an ordinary book. It just contains an allegory. In a faraway land, in a city known as... It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the evil overwhelmed
Wagon.
the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and blood. However, the author of this book is Archepia, a wandering boy. Among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. She even clearly while flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse. It was as if she had yet to pass on.
Okay.
That's right. Writing, drawing, and taking photos. Speaking of taking photographs,
Mem.
when I was helping you to take the photo previously, I did not look through the photos in your photo stone out of courtesy. Despite having visited many cities in Amphorius, I still... forget it. Let's talk about...
I went to see about the cities beyond the sky. No. I am told
Why
that it's
not?
forbidden knowledge to them. Yo. Yeah. Zoom.
That's right.
Oh, it's
Oh, right, and Don
We're
Hung's
back,
voice
just in
acting.
time.
Like, does he get to say anything
This is
during
something
this?
that the both of you should probably know.
He has no voice actor.
Hey, yo, I'll go apply. It'll be fine.
I wouldn't call it.
Except no. Yeah, it's so cursed. Like, he's just sitting there, like,
Some background information for you. The Council of
moving his
Elders
arms and
is an
shit, not
authoritative
talking.
body in Amphorius, made up of different city representatives. They hold legislative power over the Holy City, and are in charge of presiding over the Citizens' Assembly held once every few years. This is the most important social event of Akima. It is highly influential, and can even affect what...
alright. I have never once passed my sociology class.
Every 5 to 10 years, council during the assembly, the representatives will vote on major issues such as whether the Chrysos heirs led by Aglaia should still hold the right
Think I
to
can
govern
double
the
kick my
holy
way
city.
to victory. Let's try it.
That is correct. However, the problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists in the Council of Elders. They view the Citizens' Assembly as a way to restrain the Chrysos heirs and hope to take complete control over the Flame Chase journey. We can refer to them as the opposition. During the
Okay.
assemblies held in the past 100 years, the voices supporting the opposition have been growing stronger in the
Oh
shadows.
shit, y'all been doing shit for
It's only
100 years,
thanks to
ain't done
Aglaia
shit.
that the Flame Chase journey has been able to continue to this day. The Citizens' Assembly is just around the corner. But
It's
this
a
time, there
galactic
seems to be
baseball
a
are falling in
variable
the
to
sky
the
for y'all to do
situation.
anything.
I'm afraid that the Council of Elders might want to take advantage of Professor Anaxa. Aglaia will surely take back Cersei's core flame. But with Anaxa's current condition,
Oh,
it's so unique that nobody knows how taking the core flame away from him will affect him. He has always been someone that is only concerned about his own research. I'm certain that he must want to escape from the monitoring of the Golden Thread and protect himself. If the opposition were to offer an olive branch at this time,
oh,
Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a betrayal. However, he has taught many Chrysos heirs, and has long,
okay.
as I believe in his character,
Isn't Naxa gonna be a playable
going to plead
character
with
eventually?
Aglaia and try to buy more time.
He's next.
That
And watch him end up being like Giga broken, and then I'll be sad. Ah,
allow me to apologize for the fact that we always seem to be troubling you.
yeah, no,
That
seriously.
Oryx will show more
Y'all keep
benevolence
bothering
and be
these
more
new people who ain't doing shit.
I remember that they seemed quite fond of you back in the Abyss. Go and rest. Oh, right. You can read this scroll.
Ah, reading. No, I can't read. The galactic baseballer never learned to read. Uh... Alright, let's make some progress. Also, what the heck has Donovan been doing all this time? It just kind of exists.
Oryx's vacant totem. Oh wait, if you have already
He's been
made
reading.
your preparation.
He's been collecting notes.
He's been doing nothing. Agreed,
Little
agreed.
Gray
Bitch boy.
and Mem.
He's waiting on his
Souls
VA to do
cannot be
something.
questioned. We praise your pure selflessness and courage. Get ready to assume Oryx's divinity, Trailblazer.
There are only 2 child sacrifices left.
The divine position of Oryx has already been vacant for some time. We can feel the space of the trial closing. As there isn't much of their soul left, we'll have to complete the ceremony before their soul completely dissipates.
Okay. I've long gotten used to fighting fires.
The 8th core flame coveted by the miracle that once belonged to the great Vale of Evernight, Oryx. It shall now be returned by the 2 elected heroes of the Chrysos heirs. A traveler who is upright and courageous. Who? Mem.
It's also who for me, not that.
Both of you, please. Recite along with us.
Okay.
O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world.
Wait, I just
Fill our
realized.
bodies with blood
We're still possessed by,
till we wither.
what are they
in
called?
willing service to the prophecy.
What's the corrupting thing that like we've been dealing with on every planet?
There's Stellaron?
The Stellaron, right? We're still infused with the Stellaron.
Yes.
What's gonna happen when we fuse a god power into Stellaron? That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Super Mighty Morphin Rangers.
Great
These
idea.
are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn. Please, focus.
I don't know why you're worried. You're the one that's gonna have the god power.
Well,
and
hold on.
surrender the core flame.
We're gonna combine a Stellaron with a god power of time. Surely
Yes.
that cannot end terribly and tragically for everyone.
See, it's perfect. With that time god's power and the Stellaron, you're gonna have so much control over it. You'll be able to go back in time to before the start of the game, when you were with the Stellaron hunters, when Kafka would sit on you.
Orin,
Ah, I see.
Absolute
your soul
cinema.
has been waiting.
Okay, buddy.
They're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor.
All right.
The last time I heard this,
Don't worry, Aglaya. She's tougher than I am, right?
I'm about to say, dude is a Chrysos heir, but it's like, brother, you were supposed to be the Lance of Fury, and Discount Gilgamesh had to bail your ass out.
From everything I've seen so far, Phidon sucks. Just kind of there.
He is like, he's supposed to be like this, like
Traveler from
like,
beyond
oh,
the sky.
I'm this like kind of
Let
ideal
us
hero
pray that the
character.
Titan acknowledges
And it's
your
like,
worthiness.
yeah, but what are you actually accomplishing,
Although
buddy?
she loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, her determination is as strong as the Chrysos heirs. She will definitely succeed.
Oh my god.
Maybe he's the one we shouldn't
While
trust.
she's away,
Maybe he's the
I
one
would
trying
like
to
to have a
destroy
chat with
everything.
you, Aglaya.
speak.
Slap, slap. Wake up.
Slap, slap.
How is it? How do you
Slap,
feel?
slap.
She's speaking.
Right? I think that it's amazing too. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Wait, does she have the same actress as Paimon?
I have such a cute voice. It
You
must
know, I
be
wouldn't be
because of all the
surprised.
memories that I collected. They allowed me to grow beyond expectations.
I swear I've heard this voice somewhere else.
Also, listen. The words of the mother.
It hurts. Have I finally reached the end? Are the years of isolation?
Or next.
Oh,
Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figured trick, we are going to help alleviate their pain, right?
yeah, we are. We're putting them down.
Memories.
It's time to put down Yeller. I mean, what?
Mother.
You put the old in old yellow.
Meow. She can go so fast.
You. It's you. I remember you. Skyfather has gazed upon you. Mother is calling for you.
You okay? Uh-oh. We just said Fooly.
Skyfather has chosen you.
And who's your mother? A majestic voice. Reaching the unseen mountain walls. Then you see, you make up the crap, baby.
Mother is no longer responding. Something important, an important matter.
Orynyx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphorius. Each time people draw strength from within their memories, every single ripple falls onto your shoulders. There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Orynyx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf. This is why we have come.
I'm not sure I should get angry.
Freedom. Freedom.
Oh no.
I want freedom.
Okay.
Oh, poor child. Everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good rest now.
It's alright, Yeller. We're putting you down. What's troubling you, big fella?
You have potential, willpower, powerful, and tenacious.
Which is why I can't give you this power. Oh, but it's the other
You
thing.
lack just one thing.
Lacking something. What is it?
You don't have a strong enough trash can, Ara. That's what we're lacking.
Is a future.
I don't have a future.
Future?
Traveler from the sky. You should have dissipated already.
Oh no.
The gaze from the
Ah, you'll find out about that sooner or later.
stabilize your form. Because from the moment you crossed the sky, your life was cast away.
Hold on. What?
Right now, you are simply a collection of walking memories.
Oh boy.
What? How is that possible?
Dead?
The space is collapsing. Someone must inherit the authority of time. If the pillar is lost, the laws of time will collapse. Amphorius will succumb to eternal disorder.
I mean, what about the trial?
Time never compromises, never forgives, never makes a choice. Child of humanity. Titans.
Titans. Mother.
Mother. Sky Father. Time restrains everything that exists in this world.
Okay.
Orynyx's divinity is dissipating? Is the trial coming to an end?
I think we fucked up.
Of remembrance. My strength.
Oh.
I shall entrust to you the fate of the world. If you wish to, go and find your future that has been stolen. Even if that means you'll have to cheat death. You'll have to challenge that Hand of shadow, clasped with unyielding fingers.
Oh, okay. Interesting. For the passing of 15 entry hours, go for it. So you have 15 days to get my money back. You're finally awake! However, Emma has told me about what happened to the child. Oh, man. So, what's my superpower? Alright. Our car was pierced by Nicanor's lance. Okay. You were severely... Someone still believe... But then I also lost my consciousness. Okay. You are living in the form of a memory right now. Perhaps I was the anchor of its ties to the permanent. I assume they couldn't stray too far from the truth. Might be the exact opposite. Cry! Cry for me! Stellaron, do something. No, let's not get the Stellaron involved. I'm not ready to blow up the entire world yet.
Why not?
Considering mine is in district, it seems that there's some kind of miraculous power. Okay.
Hey, are you alright?
She
I
speaks!
heard you two talking about Thanatos. Cass, she has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Thanatos is the titan that Cass has always been looking for. Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you. The Chrysosaurs
Thank you.
already know everything that has happened to you. I was too worried, so I told them everything.
I'll be alright.
Miss, I'm right here. Please stay there and slowly turn around.
Okay. Alright.
Please.
She's cute though. Castris is very cute. The closest initial test is versus Chris and came replacing.
Just as I expected. I cannot
Cannot
feel
feel
anything.
anything.
Back at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse. I thought that it might have been the special ability of a... I'm sorry. I should have noticed that something was amiss earlier. Miss, if my abrupt behavior just now offended you, I hope that you can forgive me. I'm just thinking, if your soul has really left your body, as a mortician, I might be able to trace where it has gone to.
Cass, did you find anything?
My apologies. Not as of yet. But, miss, would you be willing to let me try again? I have never touched the living in this way before.
So what is her curse?
I seem to have caught a glimpse of something. yours, but perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still loose, just a few. The connection has been severed. It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, miss. Although we currently
So we have to
no
kill the
leads,
god of death.
I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this Amphorius.
Alright.
Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the past.
I
Also,
don't care.
please accept this Styxian fable.
Reading?
Disappearing.
The Galactic Baseballer does not read. Speed run.
They're here.
That partner! Hyacinth said you definitely wait.
Alright.
I beg you!
You've completed the trial of time. And
Alright.
I have. However, I never expected that.
That's what we have been talking about. Mighty has been in Akima for such a long time, but has no one thought to study his indestructible body?
Wait, are they all
If there
stupid?
were even any minor breakthroughs, we wouldn't be as
Wait,
clueless as we are.
hold on,
now.
what? They had a dude with an indestructible, virtually unkillable body, and no one studied him. What?
Many have had this idea, but so nevertheless, now is
Are these people
Cypher.
stupid?
If anyone in this world, I'll try and get her to return to Akima, but do be prepared for a less than ideal. It is my duty. But before that, just
What's wrong, Aglaya?
omens always come in pairs. It's Anaxagoras. He has initiated
In the end,
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I of the past millennia.
Great. Huh? Alright, let's see what the next point of view is.
I'm back here again.
Wait, I just realized. Well, he's reasoning. If he ends up being some sort of support character, he's gonna be rude.
I remember this dream.
Because when did the last time they
This
released a
realm is
support character
covered
that
in
was
a silk
actually
like
ass?
fog, and the land is barren and harsh.
Hey, excuse me. What is this place?
I think he's
The murders of a
a.
traveler are in a
Oh.
language I'm unable to
Well,
comprehend.
he's not a harmony.
Tell me, which titan reigns over this land?
Hand of Shadow Thanatos. Could the
You wanna know what
Then
he
where
is?
this?
Where is
River of
he?
Souls?
Erudition.
The outskirts of another realm?
Ah,
Are you
he's
heading
gonna be
downstream
a
toward
wee.
another realm?
You're telling me we need Herda buffs? Herda buffs.
The Nether Realm. Titan. Listen.
what?
Ah yes,
travelers
there's the
that lead their look in
Holder
the direction they
Hypercarry
are
comp,
pointing
which is
and
the
listen
Holder,
closely.
Anexa, Tribi, and Lisha.
Massive shadow brought the sound of
Or you can
time.
run
I hear
the
I hear it. Deep within
No,
the other
no.
wo- There's
Say-
another
Beyond
version
the closed gates
that
of
doesn't
the
take
void
Tribi,
world.
so that way you don't have to take Tribi away from Casterus. There's the
A voice
Anexa Hypercarry,
about to
Anexa,
recount
Jade.
something.
You can either run
Child of
Sunday, Robin, or
humanity.
Branya, and Huohuo.
Hua hua.
Is it death's embrace you yearn for with... Oh, you have awoken.
Ah,
Welcome
he
back to the
buffs
mortal realm.
Erudition.
Ah, I have it. The triple erudition one healer comp. You have.
Your consciousness
The
is
other version of
dissipating
this
much
is the
faster than I
Argenti
expected.
comp, but I don't think you have
Ultimately,
Argenti.
it
Nah.
seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In
Alright.
my estimation, at best, you'll see 15 more entry
Okay,
hours.
so
15 days and nights.
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world now?
Ah, yes. He gets to
15
apply
days feels a
weakness
little too long for
to
solving a singular
enemies.
problem.
Hmm.
Stop giggling. It's time for us.
Alright.
Let me ask you one
Skill
more
deals
question.
wind damage to a single target equal to 8% of
What
its
betrayal
attack.
is
It
there to
deals
speak of
4
when I was
additional
never loyal to
instances
her to
of
begin with?
damage.
What about that white-haired student of yours?
Additional damage
Acting
is
so
still 80% of an
recklessly.
Nexus attack as wind damage to a
There will be a
random
price to
single
pay for
target
blind
enemy.
faith. This is
Prioritizing
also a
targets that
lesson
will not
for
hit by
fire.
this attack. For each enemy target available to be
You
attacked
truly
on
are
this
a
battlefield
strict...
when the skill is used, increases damage by this skill's usage by 20%.
teacher.
Of course. This is how I.
His ultimate inflicts a status on all enemies that lasts until the start of each enemy's turn.
It's been a while, Lord Anaxagoras.
It immediately deals
I
AoE wind
greet
damage
you on
equal to
behalf of all the
200% of
citizens of
Nexus
Akima,
attack.
and express my...
It's you. I never.
I'm sorry. What is that status?
There are Antikytherians here? They have been...
So you wanna know what the
I
status
am
does?
Lycurgus, though you may call me Lygus.
It inflicts the
Holding
targets with
honorary
physical,
position within
fire,
the
ice,
Council of
lightning,
Elders
wind,
in
quantum,
Akima,
and imaginary
and as
weaknesses
the Theoros,
simultaneously.
I stand to
Yes.
the right of
And the
And you know
target
what?
does
You know what sounds greater than that? It goes perfectly with the
with,
new.
with the new light code.
Hell yeah, brother! It was
And if the
all
target
set up.
doesn't have, if the target doesn't have a control resistance, they are unable to take action in this state. Wait, so it also CCs?
interpret this as you.
I need not any plan. Because she
Each
can
time
do
an
nothing
extra
other
attacks
than
enemy
pit
targets, he inflicts one random
Anaxagoras,
type
serving
weaknesses
as the
to the
Grove's
targets for
special
3
envoy to
turns.
Akima's citizens. Let's forgo the formality of asserting authority.
And the Nexus on the field he inflicts the state.
Okay.
She's been waiting.
Alright.
Is there something on your mind, Lord Anaxagoras?
And he's
Nothing
also
really.
SP friendly
It's just a question
too?
that I contemplate every time before I ascend to Dawncloud. For the Titans, does the falling equate to death?
Ah, a pondering truly deep. Time is on our...
While
Let's see.
all living beings must ultimately face their demise,
We're using basic.
Kefali has yet to meet theirs. Their journey continues
Oh,
unhurriedly.
he's stupid.
Are you suggesting that Kefali may not have truly passed?
Yes. For dying implies an ongoing process, an action. Whereas death signifies a static state, a definitive.
So you want to heal his force trace ability?
In contrast to mortals,
What's going on?
Wait.
What?
Titans
Okay.
exist on a
An Nexus
grander
force
scale
trace.
of
When
space
using
and
basic
time,
attack, addition regenerates
thus
10
elongating their
energy.
passage
If
into
there are no
death.
enemy targets
The
in
notion of their fall
a certain state
is
at the
but a
start of the turn, he
misinterpretation
regenerates
born
30
of mortal
energy.
ignorance.
Trace 2. Based on the number of characters on the path of erudition in the team, an Nexus triggers the following effects in the battle. If there's 1, it increases his crit damage by 140%.
Nice.
If there's more than 1, increases damage dealt by all allies by 40%.
He's he's the erudition support. We got it, boys.
Trace 3. For every weakness that an enemy target has, the damage that an Nexus deals to that target ignores 4% of defense up to a maximum of 7 weakness types. So he ignores 28. He can ignore up to 28% defense.
Oh.
Ah, an intriguing concept, albeit challenging to substantiate. After all,
What does his light
Kefali
cone
has
do?
maintained a proof.
Perhaps the gods in their arrogance deemed it beneath
Regenerate more energy.
Circe,
Great.
the kin of the Sky Father as recounted in myths, now resides within my
If the enemy target has a weakness
Were I to
implanted by
inquire,
the will,
carefully
decreases the will's damage dealt to it by
That very
60%.
well could be true.
When enemy
In that
targets are
case,
attacked by the will decreases its defense by
It's
12%,
worth a
lasting for
try.
2 turns.
I believe, because I completely concur
What the
with you
hell?
on this.
So man, oh god. Giant hand.
Please, Professor.
A giant hand just came out of the sky.
Dude, it's the hand of Zagreus.
Welcome to Dawn Cloud. The atmosphere here carries a greater sense of solemnity than the mundane cloud. Only esteemed beings grace this place, and among them, I've received priests, scholars.
once
Let's
deemed
see.
a blasphemer, now a surrogate for revered divinity. The honor should rightfully be mine.
Should.
I'll notify Kindness and the others of your arrival. Kindly wait for a moment. In the meanwhile, you're welcome to explore the vicinity, but kindly remain within the guard's view.
I'm well aware of Kindness's methods. There's no need to emphasize that.
Okay.
As you wish. Your cooperation is much appreciated.
He's weird. I don't know if I trust him yet.
Alas, I had hoped for a brilliant plan from you, but it turns out you just...
Save your concerns. I know very well what I'm doing.
I shall depart to explore the surroundings then. Now that I look around, I wonder if there are any murals bearing my portrait around here. I'm quite intrigued.
Off you go. I will. This Titan appears to be quite at ease.
Be aware, I can...
Okay. We go fast. So
I have the zoomies. I forgot to heal.
Professor Anaxa?
You could say it's the Fate's tool.
Alright.
It's only the Krymnoans and Idonians who chase glory through death. But so, are you here to report the incident to the council? I heard that...
Tell me, how much does the Council of Elders...
Once Kindness and her followers learned of Circe's and Orynyx's fall, they proclaimed in the council that the Flame Chasers could no longer... Yet, when the Crown Prince ascended to godhood and repelled the Black Tide, she immediately altered her tune, declaring that all was resolved beyond Akama, with the only remaining menace now being Aglaya and her adherents. They might well make...
No surprises
Okay.
there, those shifty operatives.
Being an opportunist could...
Shouldn't you be searching for
Your mirrors of
yourself?
I was really curious to see how you would find the middle ground between both, but it seems as though this Kindness is much more ruthless than Aglaya.
Kindness yet?
If so, why do you want to work with her?
You did at the very beginning.
I'm afraid you'll be sorely disappointed if that's what...
Well, let me rephrase that. You met her. You yourself didn't meet her.
Oh, notice says they represent the people. Priest says they represent the Titans. The merchant claims to have a lot of balance coins in the city. So among the two banks, most likely to have the final say. Okay. Puzzles! Alright, what nonsense am I trying to pull off today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two. Let's reset that, because that was not it. Hold on a minute. Because I needed to end... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2... 6. No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4. Two, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, got it. Puzzles.
Puzzles.
I had to think that through a little bit.
I want to make something with it. But what to make?
Ooh. Treasure. Zoom. Puzzles. Puzzle.
Even blasphemous scholars can come here, it seems.
Looks like my presence here is quite unwelcome.
1. This one. 2. It's something backwards. Hold on. There we go. Puzzles.
Make sure you keep it safe.
I like puzzles. Alright. Now it's at the priest.
As Kefali's priest, are you...
Surely you jest. Let me remind you that you're currently in Dawncloud, so you'd better keep your deranged language to yourself.
I'm not sure whether I should laugh or cry right now. I can't believe that a follower such as you could have been made by a creation titan. As I see it, a dead titan can't provide you with this level of confidence.
Okay.
Seeing how fond of you Elder Kindness is, I shall let that...
Seeing as we were able to hear of this matter from the mouths of others.
Oh my, what a thrilling confrontation.
Are you praising or insulting him?
Praising him, of course. As a believer of the God of Deliverance, it is only natural that he detests evil.
Didn't you hear me? I asked you to leave. Go as far away from here as possible.
I've had enough of this. Could the 15th entry hour arrive any faster?
Man, this dude's like, you know what? I'm gonna die in 15 days. Fuck it, end me sooner.
Every plant, every tendril, no, even every leaf could be the embodiment of Circe's.
As a result, mere mortals who did not know what the Titan actually looked like chose to paint them as a giant tree instead. Their wisdom was portrayed as fruit, to symbolize how they shared their knowledge.
This mural is quite abstract.
I really can't tell whether you are praising or demeaning yourself. Now I'm quite curious whether the reason Titan has studied figures of speech before.
When people are like, I don't know how to draw this person, so we shall draw them forever as a tree.
Of course I find such stylistic devices. For all we know, this could be the answer to the question what it...
I, for one, am not willing to admit that I could look this ugly.
Was this the reason why you failed in your attempt to refine my soul when you were—
Since you are aware of this, why did—
From my perspective, this point alone was enough to separate you from the average person.
How do two lunatics coexist in the same brain?
Therefore, it seems that your journey to Dawn-Cloud this time is not just to seek protection. What then is the intention behind your—
The entire plan is stored in my memory. So why don't you look there?
Then 1 year old, 2 years old. Oh my! Even a member of the preeminent Seven Sages must hug his Dromastal to sleep? How interesting.
Dang.
That's enough.
How unusual. Your soul is actually trembling. This...
Since our days are both numbered, this is a present that my sister gave to me. It's a...
So there are other members in your family, eh?
Don't you just love to pick through my brain? Go on, continue flipping through my memories. It won't take long.
I see I have such good feelings about Anaxa. I want to like him, but I'm not sold yet.
Oh, the Black Tide is everywhere.
When I was young, I couldn't accept this outcome either. Georios, Aquila, Kefali.
This...
Indeed it was.
Okay.
Everything started from that verdant courtyard of yours.
The
when I was pursuing my education there.
Oh, I remember that person.
Not only that, he also believed that life, as well as the composition, movement, and transformation of matter, since all living things stemmed from the same origin, why could I not sacrifice myself in order...
Oh.
Anaxa. but this is absolute blasphemy. Regardless of how much freedom the Grove provides, such an act could cause you to be burned at the pyre.
Wait, what?
Your beloved, where is she now? Send her away from the Grove at once, to a place where nobody will ever be able to find her. Otherwise, the boat...
Calm down, teacher. She's still not in the mortal realm.
What do you mean?
It was naive of me to think that I could snatch the deceased from Thanatos' grip by merely sacrificing one eye.
Okay.
Equivalent exchange. All I received for that price was but an opportunity to see her for one final time. Nothing more.
Oh, let it go, Anaxa. As never do something taboo ever again. Don't disappoint the deceased, and never harm yourself.
Since I was able to see her one last time, you're right, teacher.
I am sincerely glad for you, child.
I wish to
continue the research into souls, but you know that the Grove has long...
No, teacher. After my fleeting glimpse of the deathly fog, I finally understood a single truth. Since ancient, I may have lost an eye, but my view of the world has become clearer than ever. I have grasped the truth with my bare hands. Watch as I turn this farcical world upside down.
Who would have thought such a secret? However, this story doesn't seem to be connected to...
The answer lies within the tale. If even you cannot understand it, perhaps you should relinquish the divinity of reason to me. My story ends here. Now it's time for you to tell me your secret.
As unfortunately, even if I was willing to talk about...
Oh? Are you saying that the renowned Reason Titan is now admitting a lack of...
Child of humanity, remember this. Being cognizant of one's ignorance is the greatest wisdom of all.
Now I understand. No wonder you asked me to answer your random, nonsensical questions.
Not only that, you're the only one who can shed light on my query. As the saying goes, onlookers see most clearly.
Lord Anaxa.
Okay.
I saw you muttering to yourself. I have a message from Lord Lygus.
Yeah, I saw you talking to yourself and was wondering if you had lost your mind.
carefully. If you truly have not met your end, how will you answer the challenges of those who defy you?
I didn't expect you to agree to Lady Kindness's invitation. What a wonderful turn of events. To tell you the truth, there are many people who hold grudges.
Isn't that the Dromas draped in finery?
Avoid his gaze. I don't
So-
acquaint myself with blasphemers.
Don't worry. He's too full of pride to pay us any attention.
Okay.
A student of Empedocles? I hear that his views run counter to the Venerationists.
Come,
This is what being a scholar is about.
Oh, you're slow as
A
shit.
collision of ideas only occurs when there are differences in beliefs. And it is such collisions that lead to progress.
Yet in
Lord Lygus and Lady Kindness are just ahead.
So I'm
I'll
playing
take my leave
slow
for now.
Slowpoke is fog.
You're right.
Slowpoke is a goat.
It's always funny, man. When I pull out a slow bro, and they're like, "Oh, it's just a slow bro flamethrower."
Lord
Whoa.
Alexagoras. Oh, I've heard
Why does
so much
slowpoke
about
no
Head
flamethrower?
of the
Because fuck you,
Neusporus of the
grass
Cause
type.
fuck your grass types, homie.
Since
That's why I keep the sidekick, the surf, the ice beam, and the flamethrower.
introducing myself again.
Get past this, nerd.
But then again, perhaps the customs are
You don't keep Scald?
back in my hometown. There is
Nah,
no
surf's
etiquette
dope. Actually,
that
Scald
is
is fine too.
And yet, ever since I
If anything,
I have
then
not been
I also,
welcomed with warm courtesy or
I think I use ice beam,
Perhaps you intend to
flamethrower, Scald.
Everyone stand.
No, wait.
Okay.
No, I think we
Thank
said
you for
ice beam and
I
sidekick.
am but a feeble
And
scholar
last
who
one
not used to
is
this-
whatever,
No need to
whatever
be
that healing one
humble,
is.
my
I
lord.
resource him to have
From
his
my
HP.
perspective, your courage.
So,
Well, since the Chrysos heirs are calling for war, we will respond in kind. Conflict is inevitable. As to your question, of whether
I think this
peace
is where I
still a
leave
viable
you
option,
because I need
Well,
to
to that,
make
I can only
food and
say
stuff and
this.
get ready for raid.
everything. And since you, as a Chrysos heir, accepted
Yeah,
our
I mean I have
invitation,
an hour, but I just want to like
what brazen
get everything done. 'Cause that and also I need to
I don't deny it.
go to sleep early
After
tonight
all, they're
too.
responsible for cleaning up any threats, and just
Because I
that
have
you're an
woke
ally
very
of
early in the
ours,
morning, but
we
that's
can
okay. That means I
continue
get to
talking
leave
somewhere
early.
else. As you know, I was fortunate enough to have the
Later,
opportunity
homie.
to discuss a
Peace.
treatise about the Venerationists with your teacher, Empedocles. Yet, it seems you subscribe to the Neusporists instead, Lord Anaxa. I've heard that this school of thought is one with many detractors.
it's
Welcome
Okay.
back to the hub of the Demigod Council, Lord Anaxagoras. Surely
Okay.
you remember that countless eloquent orators have stood in this spot before and emerged
Emerged
victorious
victorious
by
by-
stoking public sentiment with their word. This tiny stage is the most profound embodiment of Akama in centuries. In 15 days, may the both of us carry out our duties with honor and lead the masses back toward the Erechrysia, a golden age with no death, strife,
Strife
or
or
trickery.
Oh no.
My,
15 days and nights. That aligns perfectly with the date of your demise.
using death to prove myself fits my intentions perfectly.
What strong conviction you have. As expected of the hero who dared to stand up to the Gold Weaver.
I don't trust you.
As expected, she...
That's enough, Lady Kindness. Dispense with the niceties. I
Okay.
only accepted your invitation so that I can serve the commoners alongside the members of the
Well, you say that now, but surely you also require my aid as well, so that you can stay alive even when being pursued by the Golden Thread.
Nah, smart people
You
don't care.
worry too much. She won't show her hand too freely, as she still needs to garner support from the masses at the Citizens' Assembly.
Okay.
Even someone like me can tell that only a sliver of her humanity remains.
Surely you're not asserting that she will definitely act in a rational manner.
As you're no doubt aware, Aglaya covets the core flame that I possess.
Okay.
Which makes it the bargaining chip that allows me and the rest of you to negotiate with her. However, in return, I'll need the Council of Elders. You're well aware how valuable Cersei's core flame will be in the era Chrysia that you are Talk is cheap, so you'd better act prudently as well.
Interesting.
I understand. After all, this battle of wits is just a means for each party to acquire what they need. As long as your request is reasonable, the Council of Elders never shortchanges its allies. Since we're both intent on mutual cooperation, let us decide how much we can secure for ourselves and how much we're willing to...
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Continuing from the earlier topic, let us discuss our common enemy.
Aglaya.
She is the second most experienced Chrysos heir across the whole of Akama.
So that makes
she
sure
has
the eldest.
gradually lost her humanity to the ravages of time and the ablation of the core flame.
She must have done.
Opponent indeed.
It sounds like she's an older woman. So if she's supposed to be an older woman, but she's just bitter.
Admittedly, there is ample reason for her to take your life. Yet your previous reasoning is quite sound. As a seasoned political animal, it's unclear whether she will actually cross that irreversible boundary. Moreover, she still needs you alive so that the Titan's trial can be completed.
Correct.
Is there anyone present who can swear by the sacred vow of Kefali and guarantee that you weren't in league with that woman before coming here?
I believe you're aware of Castorus the Executioner. Long before I returned to Akama, Aglaya had already dispatched her as compared to a comprehensive plan with uncertain results. If you decide to cut open my chest and remove the core flame, wouldn't that settle her nerves even more? Everything is in place.
I understand what you mean.
He's playing.
At least the both of us agree that this tyrant who wallows in extravagance and greed is the greatest threat to achieving peace in Akama. However, I regret to say that sentiments in favor of the Chrysos heirs and Aglaya are only growing in magnitude. The peace that we are aspiring toward, as well as everything that we hold dear. Tell me, what are you willing to do for our esteemed citizens so that they can vanquish the enemies of our...
I'll be the one to shatter Aglaya's
Aglaya's authoritarianism, conceit, and arrogance have granted her unfettered control for the most part.
Are you gonna do that first?
Yet these traits are also...
Surely you don't believe that such a tiny betrayal will be enough to push her to her wits' end.
Right, that seems stupid.
What's more, there are many who remain silent, merely watching to see how much chaos I can unleash. Not to mention, you know full well that the Chrysos...
In the name of Kefali, Akama thanks you for your sincere and At this stage, it's clear that you and I understand the benefits to be won from this discussion. The Council of Elders has vowed to all citizens of Akama that it will always remain loyal to them. As for you, my lord,
how absurd my loyalty is in question.
Surely you jest. My loyalty does not need to be proven.
I am incredibly honored to have witnessed the both of you bury the hatchet in a civilized manner. However, as the Theoros, I have observed the following. Lady Aglaya...
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, I do believe that we might have a slight overabundance of guests today.
Feeling dissatisfied, Lady Kindness? Despite the Council of Elders' lofty residence on Dawncloud, it must still tolerate...
So you were holding back just now. Seems like you are better at playing this. So tell me, Anaxagoras, now that you're an ally of mine...
You can do as she says. Tell her that the Council of Elders merely wish to chat, however. By doing so, the authority of the Council of Elders will be as thin as papyrus that has been soaked in blood. Not
Okay.
only can it be destroyed at the slightest touch, but the Council will also lose possession of a valuable core flame.
Okay.
No, more like 2 core flames. After all, at the next Citizens' Assembly, that young lady who is synonymous with death.
Oh?
Is that of importance to you? All you need to know is that I have a plan. In my opinion, you should. If Aglaya can seize me in full view of the masses today, she could also dismiss the entire Council of Elders in one fell swoop tomorrow. If that happens, the discussion that we've just had will turn into an utter joke instead. Is this the outcome that you wish to see, Lady Kindness?
Fine.
Ooh.
I will handle this matter appropriately. But you do best to remember this. Fool the people and karma will be on your tail. Unless, of course, you crave cruel punishment.
I always
Well, what
crave
do you
cruelty.
know? That happens.
I like suffering.
I've got to say that you've managed to really impress me again. But shouldn't you be going after more?
Dying to know what I'm...
I mean, I'm the reason Titan after all. It is in me to ask and seek answers.
Easy there. You'll learn the answers soon. I didn't bring it up with her purely because she doesn't have the means to give me what I truly want. It's as they say,
onlookers see
most
most
clearly.
clearly.
The true masters of Dawncloud have always been the Theoros, who watches over everything.
Oh.
An expected visitor. You know, I have no reason to refuse you.
Wait,
do I?
What'd you say? You could actually come straight to me to seek an audience carefully.
You may not, but Kindness has. Whoever gets hold of she's wary of me, so naturally I had to gain her trust.
Very true.
Very true.
I kind of like his voice acting
In
now.
my view, this individual has gone to great lengths to get... Are you still willing to...
Yes, very much so. All living creations are always free to visit Kefale's transcendent vessel. This comes with being the World Bearer.
Interesting. Wait, so he can see Cersei.
How convenient it is to be able to hear what they say.
It is truly my honor to speak to a venerated Titan in person. Please, go ahead. Let me join you both on this journey. Oh, a bygone myth tells of an occasion where Kefale once answered their followers' questions on the peak of the Holy Mountain. Their followers have since believed that scaling this Titan cliff is one way of being with the god.
Hear that? It's not every day that you get
Ow.
to climb a mountain with Circes. You should sing me a hymn of praise.
LOL.
Titan hymns are beyond me.
I ended up hurting myself in the process. No. I'm stupid. Boom. Zoom. Then we'll just slowly wait. And made it. Xbox, no!
Go on ahead. Take this, Yanis.
I have to admit, I never expected you...
Because I know very well what it is you are after. As the saying goes, a gentleman helps others achieve their goals. I have a feeling, I believe Kefale will not deprive you of your right to ask your question. Especially now that you're on the brink of death. Putting a child of justice into a farcical world is bound to turn it upside down.
True.
It is my hope that you bring a much-needed change to this world, which
I want to make something with it. But
So what's going on? Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh.
Honestly, this is my
What a splendid view.
Well, I don't see how this place is different from those temples in the city. All they have are magnificent facades.
Let's see.
And even though I've come this far...
I must be getting it.
Oh? Haven't you been in my head for some time now? Alright, we're just a short hike away.
So the intellectual debate from earlier was too draining for you, huh? If
Interesting.
Emporius gets a new lease on life, you should focus on...
Save your concern.
The Titan is in sight.
Why? I know how far I can go.
Fine then. I guess I won't say any more. I'll just wait till you're...
Wait. Is that...
Yes.
Hey.
Huh? What?
Do we even get to see souls?
He saw a soul of Cersei. Wow. That seems really weird.
Oh? Why didn't you bring your favorite spear with you on this trip, Nias?
Ooh.
Nias.
Nice!
No, I've heard
That's
this
one of the aspects of
somewhere.
Neither.
Huh. It's unfortunate. The Black Tide destroyed every last inch of my calyx.
How could that be? Even a creation of Georios, from their prized ores and molten fire, couldn't escape the fate of destruction?
Interesting.
Cersei's.
Nias? No, not that I remember.
I just saw him. Nias.
No, I have no such memory.
Okay.
This is
Something's not adding up.
departed spirit.
So... Ascend!
Enough about me. Did Kaos ever reply to you?
Kaos?
Well...
Seems like the price of becoming a demigod is a...
Kaos. I've never heard of this person. Which Titan's authority did he inherit?
Look on the bright side, Nias. Since we've come all this way.
Let's just hope we mean as much as the world to him.
Hey! Are you seeing that same...
Yes. It's still you and Nias, but you're now talking about a certain Kaos.
Kaos?
Never mind. I think I know what this is about. If things are as I thought, the souls of...
What? But... if those are the souls of the dead, then what am I?
Beats me. For all I know, let's just keep going. As long as I take in more sight.
Know your limits. Wander too far among the dead.
Interesting.
Fine.
Engage.
If my fate is indeed as I thought, then this will be very amusing.
Actually, what am I? Oh. Point. Point. Or point. Coin. Coin. No coin. Oh. Oh. Those butterflies were something special. I was doubting it. Up, coin. Where's the last coin? Could be anywhere. Coin! Alright, alright. Another fly? Okay. You can ride a bus, you can ride a train, but you gotta stop riding my nuts. Classic. A classic chibi statement. There we go. I drink a little bit of water, I noticed that. There we go. Always drink water. We gotta stay hydrated. So... puzzles. I like puzzles. Oh god, I don't like this puzzle. What is this? Let me think this through. Okay, so I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. One, 2, 3. Hold on a minute. My brain is not thinking correctly. Hold on a minute. So, what do I need to do here? I need him to end there. I have 7 movement. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do that. So where I end up, I need to be on this side, right? Because I need him to end there. I need to somehow end up on the other side. How do I end up on the other side? We could do like... what? Well, honestly... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Donk. I know. I was like, I had to think that through. It's like, huh.
I want to make something with it.
That was a bit of an interesting puzzle.
So.
Donkers! And thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chibi.
Of course. I'm just.
Thank you.
If I knew.
I guess this
We are that much more closer to more multis. That is the ultimate power.
Sarcasm to yourself.
I'm not getting anything of value from that.
There we
would
go.
sooner throw myself off this cliff and hit rock bottom than exercise. I am Calypso of the eminent Seven Sages, after all. Training would make me no different from those Helcalithist barbarians.
Wait, there's a multi-gold? No, I've disabled the multi-gold for a little while. I should eventually bring it back, though.
She's one of the Seven Sages. No, she can't be. I would know her name if she really were one of the
I
Seven
may
Sages.
reinstall it eventually.
Hey, Cersei's. Does the name come? Dagon.
I gotta relook at my the numbers for it.
Do this myself.
Oh, beautiful.
Ascend.
Where are you now? Oh, legendary Era Chrysia, return to the mortal realm. Splendid gods once walked the paths we walk.
Alright, carefully.
We're here. Finally.
So,
I don't get to ask the type very well then. Let me uncover the truth. So, I'm back here again.
Interesting.
I hear it from the depths of the tides. Behind the closed doors. This time,
Since we've come this far, let's just wait.
So...
Lord Nias and Miss Calypso, are you both here to visit Chaos too?
Yes, and we've been waiting for quite some time now.
Interesting.
Regrettably, he hasn't answered us. The worst case scenario is that he's already been overwhelmed and crushed by the world-bearing burden.
You're overthinking, Lord Nias. I can still sense Chaos' soul in the area.
Wait.
And besides, we both know Chaos' nature. A deliverer like him wouldn't fall so readily.
Yes. I have...
Does
faith in him.
Kefali give them all divinity?
That reminds me. Why are you making this trip alone, Polixia?
Oh, my sister needs more time to make sure the flowers are
Such a pity. Both of you have hearts kinder than anyone else. Yet you are born only to take over Thanatos' divinity.
Wait, so these aren't the first...
Everything that I see and hear this time, what may seem like a mundane conversation, is in truth a once-in-a-lifetime exchange. The conjecture has taken shape and must now be solidified into a theory.
So they aren't the first people to become.
I only need to seek verification.
What if I am the god?
By doing so, I can answer Cersei's question and reclaim my body. But no, I will not do that because another one of my conjectures, one that I have always dreamed of fusing a mortal soul with that of a Titan to replace said Titan, is not a ludicrous idea after all.
Using a mortal soul, that's... So, okay, so...
What are you thinking of?
Okay.
Is that so? You don't look the slightest bit amazed, though. Plus, you seem to be strangely... Events of the past, huh? I was also a child when I looked up at Cersei's. Their leaves and branches reflect I stood at this very spot back then. Imagining...
You're a sky priest, yet you studied a place that is home to the reason type.
Don't read too much into it. I mean, can mortals even hope to reach Aquala's realm? They're a strict and draconian god. Nothing like Circe's. Reason is you get what I'm saying, right, Denny?
Whoa.
After all,
I don't know if I like
Titan
Don
that
Hong
imprisoned
being
you
called
and
Danny.
Gray here in Amphorius is none other than Aquila themselves. But there will always be people who dream of soaring towards the sky. The Grove has a it's just... I never thought Gray would meet with something like that before we set off.
Bad luck tends to come in streaks. Don't you beat yourself up over it. Besides, the Klein needs you here to uncover the truth behind what happened to the Grove. Just make the most out of this trip and keep a lookout for any documents related to the Death Titan. It could be useful.
Yeah, there's no rest for the weary, huh? In any case, what we're looking for could be anywhere in this enormous grove. Let's split up to cover more ground.
Okay.
Have you forgotten that you're talking to the...
Alright. The girl in the dress and bows on her, bows and her, like, stockings is gonna tell us, like, yeah, don't worry about me. Alright. She's got, like, a whole cutesy thing. It's like, don't worry about me. I won't get steamrolled. Hey. There we go. We zoom. Looks weird. Zoom. No. My zooms. Oh, actually, we don't need zooms yet. Another one of these. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's not gonna let me teleport. Okay. Alright.
Yo, I'm back.
What's up?
I've accidentally laid in bed, watched YouTube shorts, and took a small nap.
Fair. My body is like thinking like, that's up. Oh, you know what? Kill him. But I should be good. I don't think I need sleep. Sleep is for the weak.
As you wish.
We're summoning a dragon.
I sleep when you could have 2,000 milligrams of caffeine a day.
You're right. More caffeine is needed for my body to function.
Right.
Everything in this world
Brother, please.
is bleeding.
It'd just be better if my body could actually sleep.
Mood. But since that's not happening, another monster.
There we go. We've killed everything. No.
Really now? Or you could sit back and...
Alright.
I'm kidding, Danny.
Really? But I could have, like, set up my kills. They didn't let me use my ability.
Time to cleanse the filth, as you wish.
Alright. We heal. Then we summon a dragon. And the dragon goes... I'm fairly certain that's the sound the dragon makes. Alright.
The black tie. Anyway, never mind that for now.
Alright. Don't care.
This is new.
I'm setting next might be...
Might is an understatement. Anaxa has never been one to venerate the gods, yet it is also this very Oh? Let me have a look.
Combines both records together, and then what?
By the looks of... Sure, go ahead.
Hey, yo, you want me to...
Anaxa
No.
often says that every failure brings... Perhaps, to him, the crash of the skyship carries a different interpretation. The firmament is not impenetrable. It's a shame that the majority of the Grove's research on Aquila was headed by the Venerationists, with sacrificial rituals making up a predominant part of their findings.
Okay.
I have a bad
Now we're
feeling
kind
about
of getting
this.
to a boring part of the
Could there
story.
be more to what happened?
Ah! Dragon!
May death protect us! Be of your body and mine.
As you wish.
Mini-me.
Delivering more.
Blow 'em up.
Everything in this world
It's fleeting.
is fleeting.
Man. These fools getting wrecked by a goddamn toddler. Though to be fair, the toddler's armed with a rocket ship. Boing. Zoom. Boing. Zoom.
This is the Library of Philia. Other than books written by the 7 schools, you can also find We've had more than our fair share of hilarious episodes over the years. For instance, it's said that the Erythrocaramid. Nice. No need to hold yourself back. Whew. You've got me there. Some said you couldn't even find a dictionary in Castrum. There are too many books in the Library of Philia. Flipping through them all will take too long.
Okay. Boing. Here we go.
I can already see what they must have written.
Very.
Anak. Why else would they call him the Great Performer? When are the Titans truly an accurate reflection of what humans think gods should be? Worlds created by gods are indubitably perfect, but what of... They marched him straight to the seat of judgment before he could finish.
Honestly, Anax is kind of based,
What
though.
in the end was more of a debate than an actual trial. He had to address The first allegation was... Do you agree?
So,
Anaxa would have probably been spared a lot of trouble if he had answered this way. Instead, he quoted, needless to say, his critics, you claim to be studying souls.
I love
but
it.
You are,
And Naxus was taken to court because they were like, hey, yo,
condemned by the gods.
you have your own school of thought. What is it? The gods are subpar imitations of the wrongdoings of man. Who gives a fuck about gods?
Based.
Anaxa always wears every being in the world.
In fact,
owes their
humans can just become godlike beings instead and replace these shitty gods we have.
Divine blood coursing through them. Thankfully, they had no way. One by one, Anaxa engaged in wars of words against. It was only after a brief silence that he answered.
Huh.
I'm not sure how that controversy was eventually resolved. By the way, this stack of I'm talking about Anaxa.
Huh.
It's a well-kept secret. Even the administrators of the Library of Philia with the Grove in the state.
I mean, ain't you mad if we just start invading his privacy? Ooh. Ascend! I do like the detail they put into her design. I like how they put all these like speed pigs all over the place. And they're like, hey, yeah, we made this map like giga large.
No, not even close.
It's pretty damn big.
Not only are alchemy experiments high risk, huh? That?
Alright.
What's going on?
The alchemy next aims to find the golden blood and the curse to a group equal to divinity.
Danny, look at...
Huh.
My biggest fear. Anaxa was carrying out experiments on. Yes, this is what he was secretly conducting research.
Well, Anaxa is trying to recreate Full Metal Alchemist.
Compared?
Quite literally.
Oh. Do you remember? That's right. But what if Professor Anaxa's fusion with the... Put yourself in his shoes. Knowing... Exactly. When the Black Tide came,
Okay.
true reason and... No. Judging from how he reacted after the event, the results came... The manuscripts detailing all the... Like... what?
Uh-oh.
He's after Kefali.
Wait.
Sir, this sky above us.
Of course not. This is just an image from a projection device used for educational. The day-night cycle has been lost to this world, so that students like you may still learn about the night sky, much like how the sky above the holy city is also illuminated by Kefali's dawn device.
Interesting.
So, you mustn't conclude that, Anaxa. You should know that only a child would... Often people know more than they let on.
Then they're just deluding themselves. People believe in Kefali's tale of Genesis, accepting holes. We have already realized that we live in a world where Titans make the rules. Even when we look at the sky, we're only seeing what...
So much time has passed since you sowed the seeds of doubt in my heart, child. Many a night.
Why? Because we'll face death by burning if word gets out?
As a sage of the Venerationists, my soul has already become inextricably linked to the great tree. Every word, but above all else, my days are numbered. Instinctively, I have my doubts about the golden blood and the human soul, yet I have no means of verifying them.
But I can, sir. I can do it for us. The time...
You're right. I shall do just that. Go. Find out what we are. Become the...
Child of humanity, you didn't go to such lengths for an audience with Kefali.
So, you figured it out. If I were as foolish as Adromas, perhaps I'd throw myself down and prostrate before their greatness, begging for the...
Before such power, does it make...
I'm sure you're familiar with the story of the Styxians. When the raging waves threatened to swallow them, they didn't just give up and become sitting ducks. They call me a blasphemer, Xerxes. But that doesn't mean I didn't... As I see it, Titans are simply a force that mankind has yet to find a way to tame.
Ah, so that's a Nexus thing. Nexus is like, the gods are real, and I'm about to become their pimp. Holy shit, buddy, you gotta relax.
If power that rivals the Titans is what you
I'm
crave,
about it.
why not conform to the prophecy and brave the trial?
Why stop at harnessing the power of the Titans when the source of life is what I wish to grasp? To understand, thanks to you, I've had the chance to personally verify, in more ways than one, that the soul indeed ceases to exist in death. How then is a soul born? That was the only unknown variable left in my calculations.
And by the sound of it, you have already formed a conjecture.
No, I have already drawn a conclusion. In my journey unto death just now, I finally saw the answer with my own eyes.
Professor Anaxa.
Okay.
I'm here. Her life hangs by a thread.
Of course. I'll bring this to a conclusive end. However, in accordance with the principle of equivalent exchange.
As you wish.
Don't you care to know what the price might be?
It's a matter of uncovering the truth about the Death Titan. This may be the only time I can ever save someone's life.
I see. In that case...
Wait, what is this dude about to do?
Let the show begin.
Indulge me. Am I correct to say that you intend to prove Thanatos' whereabouts and prove...
Before I begin, I must confess I had been stuck in a cognitive trap all this time. As unrelated as these two propositions may seem at first glance, they are in fact logical equivalents. The reason I say this is as I've mentioned earlier. The answer was hidden in my journey unto death.
Anaxa, you...
Yes, I am but a living dead man now. But that's not important. That's not all. Remember how I said you were a part of that
And I've told you that I have no recollection of such an event. That was...
Because that wasn't you. That was Calypso.
Calypso?
Huh? Oh, that's the name I made up on a whim when speaking to this girl. And surely you jest. Don't you think I, of all people, would know if that were the name of one of the 7 sages under the shade of my tree? Don't you claim to know the groves?
It seems you've lost even the memories seared into your soul. Use your head, Circes. Since all of this took place in the realm of the dead, the living cannot step foot into that world. So who could they be? Think about Calypso. Why does she The answer is evident, isn't it? Those fallen heroes are the mortal incarnations of the Titans before their ascensions to godhood. The gods aren't master creators born out of thin air, and they are no different from humans. Because they all
Okay. So I was partly right about this. All the current gods in this were also mortals. So all these gods were just previous mortals that ascended to godhood, and this entire world is basically, our gods suck. Alright, bring in some new humans to take over the god powers.
Does this answer disappoint?
Yes, because...
Even on the off chance that you speak the truth,
I knew, but it matters not. I know what I'm doing. Actually, why don't we... Humans cannot return from the dead. Neither can gods. But all we need to do is look at this from a different perspective, and the problem will resolve. If I'm reborn as Kefali, I can rebuild the world and all within it as they once did.
Wait, what? Man's gonna kill himself to become God?
I have news from Hyacinth and Danhung. Anaxa...
Kefali? But what could Anaxa want?
That is no... He is indeed the great performer.
Yo.
No
What are y'all up to?
For this is good news.
Streaming Star
The
Rail?
Council of Elders has found
Star
themselves that
Rail.
what we should
Star
be doing
Rail.
now is to keep our
I was about to make a joke, but I'm pretty sure it's trademarked. And we don't want you getting demonetized.
Dang. This man trying to demonetize me out of like all $7.
After my
Yep.
duty is over.
No man, nowadays it counts, bro.
It
Like,
does count.
can't be losing that kind of shit,
That's like 1/3 of a Taco Bell.
right?
Cries.
Taco
Remember
Bell.
when $7 could buy you like some Mickey D's or some Taco Bell?
Remember when $7 to get you a whole ass fucking Subway combo?
Man, I still remember when we used to have those weekend hangouts. $10.
That's fine. I
2
recognize
McDoubles,
you.
2 hot
The Underlord
spices,
has
20
nothing but
chicken
good
nuggets.
words about your
Right?
Eat like kings, buddy.
It has indeed been some
On
time.
guy.
Keep it down. Be more vigilant. I've already ordered my people to
God,
hold them
those
back.
were good times.
But we should still lay low.
Dude, I remember that one Christmas when we like what? We spent like $20 or something. They had like all them Jack in the Box tacos.
Oh my god, yeah.
Wait, didn't we get like 2 whole fucking boxes of them or some shit like that?
Like I think we spent like either we spent like it was funny. Like what we actually spent and how much we received was just so crazy egregious. Because like again, I think like we spent like $20 and got like 40 tacos, and we had like the entire house just munching on Jack in the Box tacos like all like day.
My bad.
I feel like we spent a bit more than that.
I think we did spend more than that, but I don't remember how much we spent. But I just remember, like, it took forever to make them all. And they were like, what the fuck? And we're like, dude, just give us the Jack in the Box tacos. We don't plan on leaving our house the rest of the day.
Or when we could spend $10, get that really good ramen from one of the Asian markets and buy all the shit we need to add to it and make like all the good shit ourselves.
Watch out.
I guessed as much.
God.
I figured this is something you would.
You have my
This is why I'm a firm believer.
Remind her to be on
What
her
would
toes.
save America is some good deflation. Bring the prices of everything down.
Those lackey
I'm tired of inflation. Why does Sonic Furry porn infect our government so much?
Oh my god. I'm gonna need you to rewind that statement. No. Nope. Take
This
that
guy.
statement back.
This fucking guy.
Oh no. Absolutely fucking not.
By Catherine.
Oh god.
As the Theoros, I have
Don't Google that one, chat.
I know
Don't
the
Google
ancient
that
stones
one.
of that king snake through the golden threads.
What do you...
It is no longer about eloquence or arguments. I have been a demigod for far too long, that I hardly have. This has come a lot sooner than I expected. But
Yes, this is...
it is far easier for the Council of Elders to fool many than just fool one person. Their so-called more support. There is no glory in winning this debate. But that makes having respect for humans.
I appreciate what you've taught me.
Oh, you've done well, Lord Calictus. Let me take over and personally close this debate for today. Dearest
Debate time.
counselors, let it be known that I sorely miss the blissful times portrayed in lyrical poems. Back then, Amphorius was home to nearly 1,000 cities. Yet, in the present, people from all over are forced to leave their homeland to seek refuge in the holy city, where they hope to rest under Kefali's protection. All of us have long. We didn't have a choice in the past, but now the Council of Elders brings to the table a new possibility. Would you rather strive toward the unheard of Era Nova, or return to the prosperous Era Chrysia of our past? Make your choice.
We can just go to the past.
Now,
It's always just
which of the two
the past
would
was
lead
so
mortals
perfect,
to an
guys.
ideal future?
Let's see. Fair know is the path of salvation, the gospel. See, I kind of wish they were consistent on the protagonist's voice acting, because like when the game started, she had no voice. Then there was like several times where she got to have speaking lines, and now she's not speaking again.
We all know that Era Chrysia is a thing of the past, Lady Kindness. Please, enlighten me. How does...
Let the 3 Titans of Calamity be born, and Era Chrysia is nevermore. But bring demise to those Titans and... Know that the Council of Elders is never one to make empty promises. Look at who we have on ours. Anaxagoras, one of the Grove's 7 sages. And Castorus, Idonia's goddess of death. With the help of these 2 heroes, I can promise all of you that Era Chrysia will exist once more.
Aren't they Chrysos?
But have they considered my counter?
They're supporting the Council of
Go.
Elders instead?
It's clear from the start that these heroes do
Nah, I don't
not
think they
belong well
considered
in their
that.
group. All the more proof that Aglaya isn't fit to speak on behalf of every Chrysos heir.
Era
Castorus? Why are you standing over there?
You finally arrived, Naxa.
Don't worry, Aglaya. Well, I know that you have many queries. Tell me, dear citizens, if we successfully retrieve and return Thanatos' core flame without anyone passing the Death Titan's trial, what would happen next?
The answer is simple. We will have a chance to rid the world of death and bring Amphorius back to an era when all beings live forever.
He's one of the 7 sages. Your proposal is much too idealistic. As long as the...
Remember what I previously said? Kefali's
Okay.
core flame is guarded by the secret power of the Council of Elders. Plus, Fagusa's water curtain will be able to block out any external perceptions. Tell me, dear citizens, have any of you ever seen even a glimpse of the threat that this person is talking about?
Isn't this just about
Eliminate
right?
death. Then there's no need. Citizens, let's loudly sing the blessed hymn. Oh, beautiful.
Get some more Mark Bailey.
3 Titans of Calamity, the flame chase journey will have to end.
Okay, so we're planning on killing gods.
The masses are now total...
Anaxa, pray tell. Everything that you've mentioned hinges on the premise.
Thank you, Lady Aglaya, for still caring about this city. For Castorus, Idonia's goddess of...
What? With that, I solemnly promise that thereafter, if we are able to garner the support of all of you at the...
Okay.
With the balance shattered, the result is clear. By Kefali and Talent and above, as the Theoros, Akama has chosen her destiny. The issue up for discussion at this citizens' assembly shall be modified to the suspension of the flame chase journey.